Len, good morning. Welcome to the Chazon Galili offices here in Jerusalem. We're going to be soon going out to tour Ramat Beit Shemesh Gimel, but I know you have some questions you want to raise before that you've heard from your customers and your clients in South Africa.
Mordechai, please can you tell us a little bit about Chazon Galili's track record building for the last 27 years?
We've built over 1,600 residential units in the last 27 years since we began our company in 1984.
From 1984 to 1991, Chazon Galili built 192 units in Har Nof for the religious public. This project set the standard for quality building and customer satisfaction, which have been the hallmarks of Chazon Galili for over 2 decades.
During that period, we've also built dozens of well-known public institutions, synagogues, schools, yeshivot, etc.
A neighborhood is more than apartments. Community life requires educational and religious institutions. Chazon Galili played a major role in the construction of schools, synagogues, and yeshivot in Har Nof.
Our first project was in Har Nof. We began in 1984. We built close to 200 units. Since then, we have built hundreds and hundreds of units in many religious and Haredi neighborhoods. We built in Efrat. We built in Beitar Illit. We built in Beit Shemesh. We built in Ramat Beit Shemesh. We built in Elad. Today, we are focused on a very large project that we're building in Ramat Beit Shemesh Gimel, 372 units in 6 different projects.
Mordechai, please tell us why Ramat Beit Shemesh Gimel is an outstanding option for South African community today.
Ramat Beit Shemesh is well known to the community in South Africa. I doubt there is a member of the community, at least I didn't meet any, who doesn't know someone who lives in Ramat Beit Shemesh Aleph. Ramat Beit Shemesh Aleph has already claimed its place as one of the leading neighborhoods for the religious public, the Anglo public specifically. It has all the facilities that you need to build a successful kihila, a successful community, shuls, schools, mikvaot, and of course, high-class and proactive neighbors who strengthen the community, give of their time, take an interest in it, keep it clean, and that is why Ramat Beit Shemesh Aleph succeeded. And that's exactly why Ramat Beit Shemesh Gimel will be a success and will meet the needs of people from South Africa who are looking for a religious neighborhood that has the level of services that they are accustomed to and has the kind of wonderful neighbors that they need to build the community that they want. And in addition, it has views and a level of prices that you just can't meet today in Aleph. The same unit that someone buys today in Gimel by us for 1,200,000 shekels will cost 1.6 in Aleph. That makes it very, very attractive.
Who is buying in Gimel today?
We have been selling in Israel to Israeli religious families. We have also sold, particularly in one of our projects, Nofei Kramim, which is already sold out, but we've already sold in that project almost 35% to Anglos, mostly Americans, but also some British and several South Africans. In terms of who we've been marketing to in South Africa, well, you've taught me, Len, that you can't mention names in South Africa. Otherwise, I would say Dr. Or my friend the businessman, but I can't mention their names. So I have to answer your question this way. If you want to know who your neighbors will be, turn off your computer, jump over to Or Sameach, wait for one of the, 77 minyanim they have there every day. Take a look around the room, and I'm sure some of those people have bought by us.
Thanks, Mordechai. You've answered those important questions. Now, let's go and see the color.
Okay, let's go. Okay, Len, here is the route that we're going to be taking. That's us, and that's Ramat Beit Shemesh Gimel, and we'll be driving down. According to my GPS here, it should take about 37 minutes. You know, Len, there's something I think I forgot to mention in the office. It's really important. People in South Africa are looking at a purchase in Ramat Beit Shemesh Gimel also from a financial point of view. Historically, units in religious neighborhoods on paper cost 30, sometimes as much as 40% less than they will cost when they're completed. That makes financial sense, and that makes the deal so much more attractive. Well, here we are at the entrance to Ramat Beit Shemesh Gimel. Let me introduce Nathaniel, works with Pirsumei Yisrael, who is helping us to produce the video today. Len, what questions would you like to raise at this point?
Apparently we're at the color now. Can you tell us a little bit about the place, where we are, what's going on around here?
We came on the road from Jerusalem. The road leads up to Aleph, which is directly behind us. The beginning here is Ramat Shiloh. Further up the hill is the main shopping center that everyone who has ever been to Aleph knows. And beyond that, the rest of the units of Aleph. We will now get in the car and head into Gimel, which is up here on this hill. You can see the first cranes at work up on top. This is our first project, which is called Migdalei Kerem. It's lot number 400. We have 56 units going up here in 4 different buildings. And Baruch Hashem, this is a project which is sold out. So there's nothing to market here, but people can see that we have begun construction, and we're now holding at the 2nd floor of the first building. And hopefully, Bezrat Hashem, we will be able to finish it in another 16 to 18 months. This project we've sold mostly to people here in Israel, but we do have some clients from South Africa whose names I cannot mention, of course. Here we are at what we call Nofei Kramim, what Len likes to call, what do you like to call it? The Red Project, because that's what it looks like on the map. Here we're going to be building 3 buildings, 36 units. And if we stop now for a second, we get our first real clear view of Piskat Hahar Hatov,
The yellow project.
the Yellow Project, as Len calls it, on the map.
What are you building in the yellow project?
The Yellow Project, or Lot 224, or Piskat Hahar Hatov, as I like to call it, has 7 buildings. Each building has 12 units, for a total of 84 units. It's in the form of a horseshoe. Begins where you can see the yellow truck now moving, right there. You want to see it on the map? Sure, let's take out the map, I'll show you. And here's the map. We are now standing approximately at this location, right above what we call the Red Project, Nofei Kramim. And we're looking across this vadi here, this valley, onto this yellow horseshoe, which is the Yellow Project, what we like to call Piskat Hahar Hatov. Here we are sitting on the very edge of the Yellow Project lot, what I call Piskat Hahar Hatov. It's right behind me. And what we see behind me is the valley that separates this project from the Red Project across the valley. Behind us in this direction, Aleph stretches out from one side of the mountain all the way to the other. Behind that, we have a view of the hills leading up to Jerusalem. And in this direction, even on a really clear day, you can see out to the direction of the Mediterranean Sea.
You speak about the view. Will all the units have such a view?
Len, read my lips. Yes, with one exception. All of the units will have a wonderful view. Nothing will be built in this valley below us because it can't be zoned for any more building. The last 2 buildings in the project, Building 7 and Building 6, will be slightly obstructed by a project below them. The top houses, the duplexes on top, all will have incredible views, as you can see behind me. Even the garden apartments on the lowest level in the first 4 or 5 buildings will have incredible, incredible views.
What's the time frame on such a project?
We should begin construction in about 2 months' time. As you can see from the site, we're almost ready. 24 months later, project should be completed. That brings us to the end of December 2013. We're now going up the stairs to the Levinson's home in Ramat Kramim, project which 6 years ago looked like Gimel looks today. Hills, tractors, dust, dirt, but nothing. And this is what it looks like today, Baruch Hashem. Let's go inside and see how they're doing. Shuki, hi.
Mordechai,
How you doing? Nice to see you.
Oh, it's great to
Always
see you
good to
again.
see you. You have a B'shat Tova coming, right? Your son's getting married in a little over 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Oh, great. Wow.
First one, our oldest.
Wow. Mazel tov, mazel tov, mazel
This is
tov.
for you.
Oh, an invitation. If I remember
Of course.
correctly, it's the night I come back from South Africa, Be'ezrat Hashem, from the airport right to the chuppah.
Okay, you better be there.
Thank you for hosting us. We're going to use your living room for a few minutes. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Pleasure, Habibi.
Okay. We're sitting in the living room of the Levinsons in the Ramat Kramim project, which we completed about 3 years ago. We started building it in 2006. As you can see, we've just begun construction, and we hope to complete the project in a year and a half's time. You've just seen what our Ramat Kramim project looked like in 2006 as we began construction. You can see now what it looks like today in 2011. 3 years after we completed it, 32 families live in these buildings. If you look over my shoulder, you can see some of our sites in Ramat Beit Shemesh Gimel. There too we have just begun construction. And if you come back in the year 2013, 2 years from today, we'll show you in our next video what those beautiful homes will look like. So I'd like to explain what we're offering. In the Pisgat Haratov project, the yellow project as Len likes to call it, we're offering a variety of units. The bottom floor, the very lowest floor in the building, are 5-room, which in Israel means 4-bedroom, 5-room garden apartments, very large gardens. Many of them have incredible views, as we discussed before. Above them, there are 2 floors. On each of those floors, we have 4-room apartments with attached storage room, which can easily become a 4th bedroom. They have gardens and 45-meter mirpesot, balconies. The top 2 floors of the unit are the duplex penthouses, the biggest units that we're selling in Ramat Beit Shemesh Gimel. They can become as many as 7 rooms. Right now, they're 5 rooms, but they have a very large opening in the living room ceiling, what we call a high ceiling, and that high ceiling can eventually be converted into 2 more bedrooms. So you can imagine sitting in your garden in the bottom floor, looking out at the view, what we saw up above, or up on the top penthouse, the duplex penthouse, sitting out on the mirpesah and looking out on that wonderful view that we just saw. I want to summarize our tour today in Ramat Beit Shemesh Gimel and explain why I think purchasing an apartment today is the right move. 2 reasons. The first is community. The same success that happened here in Aleph will happen in Gimel. Be the same type of community, vibrant, lively, exciting, and successful. And this is no less important, the same success on the financial side will happen there also. Houses here, like this one, were sold for as little as 1.6 million shekels, as little as 4 or 5 years ago. Today they're worth almost twice as much. No one can guarantee that again, but there's no question that the value of units in Ramat Beit Shemesh Gimel will go up as soon as they are complete. So today is the time to purchase your unit in Ramat Beit Shemesh Gimel from Chazon et Galili.